Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel with my husband.
Hi, everybody.
For the topic today is from my YouTube. From the comment he said, can you ask to the Paul, why Paul he not jealous if you're wearing the bikini or short?
Oh, so this is a comment reaction.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Why am I not jealous?
Yes.
Because I think you're dressed appropriately for the occasion. And number two, you like to wear short shorts.
Yes.
So it's not like I tell you to put on short shorts. It's just your taste in clothes.
Yes.
And I think you look nice in them. And why don't I get jealous?
Yes.
I don't get jealous because I'm simply secure in our relationship. And I think you look nice. And I appreciate what you look like.
Yes.
I think other people appreciate what you look like. And if people are asking you why I don't get jealous, my knee-jerk reaction to that comment is that's coming from a jealous guy. That's a guy that has a jealous nature or is maybe a little insecure in his relationship or previous relationships, probably future relationships also. So I've never been jealous type of person. It's just not in my nature. I've always felt that if a woman was to leave me for another guy, that I was lucky. I was lucky that I found out that she left and some other guy scooped her up because he was a better deal than I was. I said, hallelujah. You know, you saved me a lot of time and money and effort to get involved with that person who wasn't trustworthy to begin with.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I
So
understand.
that's that. Why do they say that? Again, I just think they're a little insecure. And I grew up in an era of hippies. I grew up in the 60s and the 70s, and it was all about free love and hippies, and nobody wore a bra and all this kind of stuff. And what you're wearing right now was commonplace as I grew up. So to me, there's nothing new about it. Plus, you're here going swimming.
Yes.
Now, if it was snowing outside and you were wearing that, I would question your intention. But it's not. You got two little chickies up there that you're going to jump around later with.
Yeah.
And later, after we do this, I'm going to do my own video.
Yes.
And we're spending some time at Forest Camp, which is filled with pools and water. And you're dressed for the occasion. So there you have it.
Yes.
I know guys that are jealous, friends of mine that are jealous, and they will only let their women wear long skirts and sweaters and cover up, and that's their privilege. Sometimes I think it may be a religious or a morality issue. I think they've got their morality a little mixed up, but because, you know, the human body is either beautiful or it's not, and I think that you should be allowed to express yourself in any way, shape, or form that you
Yes.
feel. I don't want to have my thumb on you. I don't want to be the guy that says, you do this and you do that. That's called a control freak. And I know guys that are control freaks with their women and vice versa. I know women that are control freaks with their husbands. So I guess that's just a short answer. I'm secure within myself. I'm secure within our relationship. And I think I should give you as much freedom as you so desire. Now, if you did something that was beyond what I thought was appropriate, I would speak up and I would ask you not to do it. And I'm confident that you would say, okay, I won't do that. So that's kind of my answer.
Yes.
You got any other questions?
Yes. The second question is,
Oh,
I
we
said,
got two questions.
I said, please, Paul, don't bring me in the US because if you bring me in the US, may he find another foreigner. More
Okay.
than with you, the better life. He
Yeah.
said,
Well, the reason they say that is because it happens in the past. Guys have moved their woman back to America or Canada or Australia, wherever they're from, and the girl better deals them. They just run off, and that's the end of that. I don't have a problem with that because, like I said a few minutes ago, I'm real secure in our relationship. I don't think you're worried about me running off and being with another girl. And I'm certainly not worried about you running off and being with another guy. And my other conclusion is that if you wanted to run off and be with someone that's richer or younger or certainly better looking than I am, you could have done that years ago right here in Negros Oriental. You don't have to go to America to find a different guy that's richer, younger, better looking, whatever your thing is. I think some women get over to America and they see the bright lights, the big city, the fast cars that really don't exist out here as plentiful as they do in America. And they may be getting captivated by that. And they look at these guys and then they look at their spouse or their person that they're with. And they say, well, I can do a lot better over here. That does happen. But I just think it's the character of the woman, to be honest with you. Or it could be the character of the guy. Maybe the guy is mistreating his Filipina. And like I said, is a control freak and has been had his thumb on her. And he would get away with it over here because over here, you're actually easily to be replaced. There's 100,000 other single Filipinas that a guy, even an old guy like me, can, if I put my mind to it, could probably go out and meet. Not so in America. The power shifts. The power goes to her because she's young and beautiful and thin. And me, I'm invisible. I'm ugly. I'm old. I got no game in America whatsoever. And so there's a complete power shift. She holds all the cards in America if it comes to love and relationships. There's always going to be a guy with a Ferrari or a Bugatti or a Porsche compared to my Wigo.
What the Ferrari?
Yeah, I'll show you later. I'm afraid you'll ask me to buy one. No.
For me, I'm contented with you today, Paul.
You like simple though.
Yes, I like simple.
You and I are pretty much joined at the hip when it comes to simplicity. If we wanted to be whiz bang flashy, we could have been a long time ago, and we just choose not to. We see these like when we got married.
Yes.
Now, that's a perfect example. When we got married, I asked you, do you want a big dress? Do you want a big gown? Do you want to go to have 100 people at the reception? Because I said, I'll pay for it. It's your wedding, baby. You want to, and your response, I'll never forget this.
Yes.
You said, no. Only thing I want is for my father to walk me down the aisle.
Yes.
And then you said, but my father can't walk.
Yes.
So if he can't walk me down the aisle, I don't want to have the big gown. I don't want to have the girls and the, what do they call, best men and
yes.
bridesmaids
Yes.
and groomsmen and all this hoopla stuff for 50 to 100 or 200,000 pesos. You said, I'd rather just take the money and go on vacation. I said, okay. So we took your family out to lunch.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, 75 of them. I don't know where they all came from, but they came out of the hills and we all went
only
to lunch.
family.
It was family.
Yes.
I exaggerate.
Yes.
But we did have quite a group.
Yeah.
And we did get married and in the court, in the municipality, whatever it's called.
Yes.
And kept it simple. And that was the end of that.
Yes.
Your dress, I think you bought, it was 300 pesos. You didn't have anybody doing your makeup.
No,
or any
I
of that
just
kind of
only
stuff.
myself.
Just you. You just kind of put your hair up.
Yes.
And I think you were like me. You just wanted to make it happen.
Yes.
You just wanted to do it. You just wanted to get the ring on the finger. You wanted to make it legal.
Yeah.
And that was the point.
Yeah.
I'm also of the impression when I'm on this topic is that marriage has become very commercialized and oversold. And that's another thing that happened early on in life was De Beers started to sell the idea of a diamond lasts forever. And if you don't spend a third of your salary on a diamond ring, then you don't really love the girl. You, on the other hand, when I said, let's go pick out a diamond ring, you said to me, no, my sister's got one at the pawn shop. And you've got to have a microscope to see the friggin' diamond. And it's like, you sure that's what you want? 'Cause I'll get you a bigger one. You're like, no, this is cool. I said, okay. And so, do I worry about you in America? Absolutely not. Are there guys that should worry about their women in America? Absolutely, because they don't have that base. They don't have that level of trust. Primarily, I think it's because they have not spent an adequate amount of time together before going. So, there's guys that have met women online. They've flown over here. They met her in person. Of course, when you meet in person, everything's sunshine and roses and, hot action between the two of you. And then he puts her on a plane, or he does the 90-day fiance thing,
Yes.
gets her over to America, and the whole thing collapses. And it's not necessarily because she ran off. It's because, maybe he lied. Maybe he said, I've got this and I've got that, and he can't. Maybe he wants her to go to work. Maybe he wants to this, that, the other. Put the shoe on the other foot. She gets over there. She looks around. Everything was as he said it would be, but she wants more and more and more because she's not really ever was attracted to the guy. It was just a means to an end, a way to get a green card, as they say. So I say it's 50-50. I think your odds of success bringing your spouse or girlfriend to America are much higher the longer you have spent together. Go through those rough patches, go through those fights, go through the disagreements, and make sure you're both on the same page, and that won't happen. On the final note, if it did happen, if you were to better deal me, would I be hurt? Would I be sad? Would I be emotional? Yes. But the logical part of my brain says, you know what? I'm better off without her, because that's the true nature of her. And she played me for the long game, and I fell for it. So I'm better off. There's always optimism in anything that goes wrong. And now you're jettisoning someone that shouldn't have been in your life and you wasted time with. Here's your lifespan. My lifespan's got that much left to it. How do I want to spend the rest of my days? With someone that doesn't care for me, or someone that truly does? I would say taking her to America would be the ultimate test. And I would love to take you over there just to prove them wrong.
Yes.
About you and me at least. But I do not disagree with the comment, because I too have witnessed a fair number of fellas taking their spouse, significant other, to the States or Canada or Australia, wherever they're from. Let's not forget our friends in the UK. And they lose the girl. So
So sad.
that's that. Got any more questions?
For me is, I'm contented. I'm contented for living here in the Philippines.
Are you?
Yes, I'm not planned for going to the outside the country, because since my mother dead, I promised to my parents, my father, I'm not going to the outside the country, because the first my mother did, not all friends come to visit to my mother funeral.
Yeah, the wake,
Yes.
the wake and the
Just
funeral.
only 3 people. It's very important, relatives and family.
That's right.
Yes, that is, I'm experienced. I realized to myself, very important family.
I understand that.
Yes.
And we have been narrowing down our circle of friends a lot. We've been jettisoning people that are just not worth it. And you see the true test of your friendship when they do respect you. So like when your mother died, I don't know, half a dozen people we knew showed up, or mine knew showed up, out of hundreds. And I thought, oh, well, these are the people that, are showing some respect to you.
Yeah.
And there's a couple that just got lost and everything else, but they showed up and they were there for you. And you're right. It's your family comes first.
Yes.
And if I took you to America, well, I don't think you'd like it. I think you would be overwhelmed by it. The English, the signs, the different, everything. You'd love it for a vacation.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go there and have
I
a
like
great time.
vacation, but
You can meet my dad, you
Yes.
know. You can meet my sister. I know you're
Yes.
dying to do that.
Yes.
We could have some family time together, take 8 million pictures, and then drive around, and you'd be impressed with the highways, and
Yes.
the stoplights, and the organization. The food would knock you off your socks.
yes.
Just the whole vibe you would love. I can show
Yes.
you the desert. I can show you the Midwest. We had unlimited funds. We could go all over the place, show you a lot of America, and you'd be amazed at how big it is. The Philippines is very much the same all over. Banana trees, rivers,
Yeah.
you know, and a lot of greenery, and with some splotches of cities, big cities like Manila. America, totally different. Mountains and snow, flat deserts with heat, and all points in between. And it would be my dream to be able to finance a trip, maybe in the future. I don't know, probably the long future, but it's so expensive over there right now. Couldn't afford to take you, you know,
Yes.
and especially accommodations and car rentals and all that kind of stuff. So we have to see what's going on in America before we make
Yes.
that happen. But that is a dream of mine, is to get you over the border, let you see America, and introduce you to my family and my kids,
Yes.
and go from there. All right, you got any other questions?
So that tell to my husband, I love to go to the America, but I changed minds. I like here in the Philippines. So thank you so much to my husband for everything, and I love you so much.
And I love you too.
Yes.
And I'd love to take you to America, whether you like it or not, but only for a vacation,
Yes.
because of your family.
yes. So that is, guys, to my video today.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Yes. Thank you, Daddy Cole. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.